From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had a fantastic weekend out there. It's going to be another wild week of weather around these parts as we have high winds throughout, today through Thursday, especially in the Kittitas Valley. Our mountain passes could receive quite a bit of snow from Tuesday through Friday, at least for this time of the year. And then there will be that potential for some lower elevation frost or freezes from Tuesday night through Friday night. This morning we are tracking some rainfall, moderate to heavy at times for the Blue Foothills and for the Blue Mountains. Snowfall mostly above past level, but I think it does look like Oregon 204 at Tollgate is seeing a little bit of snow out there for this morning. Temperatures 54 for the Tri-Cities, 44 for Yakima, 48 for Walla Walla. So trending on the milder side out there, but it probably feels a little bit colder because of this. Some of those wind gusts up around 35 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 45 miles per hour in Pendleton, 25 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities. Speaking of your wind gust forecast for today for the Tri-Cities, very persistent gust up around 35 miles per hour. So for today, highs getting into the 50s and 60s. There will be little chances of some rainfall for the basin and for the foothills. The dominant feature being the wind gusts during the day, but we'll talk about those very cold night times coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, new details are emerging in a case involving artificial intelligence and child exploitation. What investigators say a Pasco man created using AI software, and why this case is raising concerns about the misuse of these programs. Plus, police say a domestic violence case led to a lengthy standoff in Kennewick. What officers encountered at the home and why nearby homes had to be evacuated. And cost-cutting measures now impacting public parks in Yakima. This morning we'll explain what services are being shut down and how long the closures could last. Those details on these stories and much more coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 6:02. We begin this morning with a crime alert out of Kennewick. A Pasco man accused of using artificial intelligence to create sexually explicit images of children was back in court last week. 54-year-old Kevin Royal Johnson pled not guilty Friday to 4 felony charges, including dealing in and possessing depictions of a minor engaged in sexually explicit conduct. Investigators say he used AI software to generate images and videos using photos found on social media.
Law enforcement is still working on processing through the defendant's devices, but as of this time have identified an additional victim of which the defendant had generated AI child sexual abuse material.
Court records show Johnson previously worked in both the Kennewick and Pasco school districts before his arrest earlier this month. Johnson remains in custody. He is scheduled to be back in court April 29th. Meanwhile, Kennewick police say a man is in custody this morning following an hours-long standoff that started Friday morning. Officers were called in to a home on Canyon Lakes Drive for reports of threats. Investigators say 65-year-old Edward Monk was wanted on felony charges, including threats to kill and unlawful imprisonment in a domestic violence case. Police contained the home using drones and a canine as they say Monk refused to come out. SWAT teams from multiple agencies were called in, and after several hours, officers entered the home with a warrant around 4 p.m. Monk was taken into custody after police say he resisted arrest.
Yeah, we're waiting on a warrant for some potential evidence that we might find inside, and then that might lead to additional charges. It might not. We're just kind of waiting on that. A little bit extra difficult with the golf course on the backside there, setting containment and that kind of things, but in the end, I mean, we should have a good community that just works with us.
We're told no one was hurt, but police say they were forced to evacuate some nearby homes due to their proximity to the home in question. Following up this morning on a story we first brought to you on Friday, the Benton County Sheriff's Office now confirmed a 7-year-old child has died after being pulled from a canal near Prosser. Deputies say they were called to a home Friday afternoon after the child was reported missing. A search began immediately, including the use of drones and canine units, focusing on the surrounding property and a nearby irrigation canal. Officials say about an hour later, an irrigation worker reported seeing a person in the Sunnyside Canal roughly 2 miles away. Crews responded, pulled the child from the water, and began CPR before the child was taken to the hospital, where we are told they later died. Authorities say the circumstances remain under investigation. Your time is 6:05. In Yakima this morning, some residents are now getting financial relief. Small business and homeowners affected by the December flooding are now eligible for aid from the U.S. Small Business Administration. The SBA is offering disaster loans to help Yakima residents repair their properties. Homeowners, business owners, nonprofits, and renters all could be eligible for a loan. Interest rates vary depending on the loan type, but all rates sit at less than 4%. Applications for physical damage are open until April 27th, and economic injury applications are open through November.
Apply as early as possible, even though you still have a little time for deadlines. I wouldn't want to wait until, a week or 2 weeks close to the deadline. That way, if you do have to resubmit any documents or they request any documents, you have time to get those documents fulfilled.
SBA says it plans to set up a temporary in-person office, and they hope to start hosting pop-up events as early as next week. Staying in Yakima, where another decision is impacting public spaces. This as city leaders say Yakima Park restrooms won't be opening at all this year. Officials say budget cuts are forcing the closure of restroom facilities across the park system. Shutting down the restrooms is expected to save the city money on water, utilities, and maintenance. Leaders say the move is part of a broader effort to address a multi-million-dollar budget shortfall. No word yet on if things could change for next year. And making a difference today, a new program in the Tri-Cities is helping people to give back to their community in a meaningful way. The Arc of Tri-Cities launched a new pilot program called Community Champions. It's focused on getting members out into the community to volunteer and help others. Leaders say the goal is to shift from receiving support to giving back, with members taking part in projects like cleaning local parks, helping elderly residents with yard work, and supporting local animal shelters. The program has only been around for a week, but already participants are seeing the impact they can make. Organizers say they hope to grow the program through partnerships and bring in more participants as they continue expanding their community projects. Your time is 6:08 here on your Monday. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, gunfire and an alleged firebombing attempt. 2 incidents is now under investigation at a tech CEO's home. This morning, we'll hear from authorities about the suspects and how all of this could tie into growing criticism surrounding artificial intelligence. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth coming back with another check of your weather forecast. Here's a live look as you get your day started out in Pasco. Looking pretty good out there, but what about windy weather on the way? Find out more about that when we come back.
You got shortness of breath, chest pains, and a cough. Little things wipe you out, you can't shake it off. It might be long COVID. You got chills, rainfall, depression, fever, can't smell or taste. Could be long COVID. One more time. No.
Struggling with digestive issues? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Amber Sharon helps uncover real answers close to home. Advanced testing services include anorectal manometry and drug-free biofeedback for chronic constipation and bloating, Bravo pH testing for heartburn, and esophageal manometry to diagnose swallowing problems. Restore your quality of life. Talk to your primary care provider or gastroenterologist about a referral, or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Bathfitter knows what you're looking for. The perfect style for your bath remodel with the look of tile you want. New textures, shapes, and styles. Works with your budget? Low maintenance. With no messy grout to clean. Quality and beauty that lasts, backed by a lifetime warranty. Sounds like Bathfitter styles are your match. And with new designs, now there's even more to love. Time to set a date. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
BOGO time is back at Vance, and by popular demand, this incredible offer has been extended through April. Right now, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. That's right, buy an AC and get a furnace at no extra cost, and our licensed professionals will handle everything from start to finish. Upgrade your system today for comfort, peace of mind, and savings all year long. Ask your system designer for details. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance today. Vance Heating, AC, and Electric.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion.
We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. 30s up in the mountains. We have 30s and 40s in the Kittitas Valley, mostly in the 40s, 45 in Ellensburg. Then for the Yakima Valley, we're seeing temperatures that are in the mid to upper 40s, 47 for Sunnyside, 44 for Yakima, 46 for Grandview. Then for the Lower Columbia Basin, 54 for the Tri-Cities, 50 for Benton City. The Bluefoot Hills sitting in the mid to upper 40s. And then for the Bluefoot Hills, we're looking at 30s and 40s. So you'll have to bundle up to some extent as you're headed out the front door, but then temperatures dropping as we have a series of fronts passing us for this week. That's why the wind gusts are going up. That's why the temperatures are going down. Here's what it's going to look like in the Tri-Cities. Overnight lows dropping down into the mid 30s for Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. So let's show you kind of night by night for this week. This is not tonight. This is Tuesday night. See 33 degrees for the Kittitas Valley. What we're looking at, the magic number here is 32. So when we're around or below 32 degrees, chances for frost and freezes go up. So Wednesday night, Pendleton 31, Sunnyside 32, Yakima 28. By Thursday night, we're kind of looking at the same areas. And by Friday night, looks like this is mostly going to be relegated to the Bluefoot Hills and to the Kittitas and upper Yakima valleys. In those afflicted areas, you have to address the 4 Ps, protect the 4 Ps, the people, and outdoor pets, plants, and the plumbing. Find this list posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Also, something else that we're tracking for this week, pollen counts mostly in the medium to high category. The top allergens being alder, birch, and juniper. The wind gusts will certainly not help with this cause. Lots of winds to track in the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking to the latest in business news now, where concerns are growing around the safety of a high-profile tech executive after multiple security incidents at his home. In just a matter of days, authorities say there were 2 separate attacks, including gunfire and an alleged arson attempt. The incidents come as the CEO is also facing intense public scrutiny over his leadership and the future of artificial intelligence. ABC's Sophie Flay has the story.
For the second time in 2 days, a security scare at the home of billionaire artificial intelligence CEO Sam Altman. Around 2 a.m. Sunday, San Francisco police say someone fired gunshots from a car hitting the OpenAI CEO's home. 2 suspects were later arrested, police say, with multiple firearms. Just 2 days earlier, a Molotov cocktail was thrown at Altman's home. The suspect in that case was arrested at the company's headquarters, allegedly threatening to burn down the building.
Even things like pathological liar in great duplication across many sources.
Late last week, journalists Ronan Farrow and Andrew Morantz profiled Altman for The New Yorker, describing him as having a relentless will to power, quoting a board member who accuses the CEO of a sociopathic lack of concern for the consequences of deceiving others.
And he started to get the feeling, as we quote him in the piece, saying, "I don't think Sam is the guy who should have his finger on the button."
Altman responded, admitting to a, quote, bunch of mistakes. but calling the article incendiary, saying, "I am awake in the middle of the night and pissed and thinking that I have underestimated the power of words and narratives." Amid growing concern for uncertainty over how artificial intelligence could transform the economy, Altman posted a photo of his husband and baby writing, "I believe technological progress can make the future unbelievably good for your family and mine. While we have that debate, we should de-escalate the rhetoric and tactics and try to have fewer explosions in fewer homes, figuratively and literally." Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Altman is one of San Francisco's major economic forces, leading one of the biggest AI companies in the world. Police have not indicated a possible motive behind the attacks. Your time is 6:15. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth coming back with more on that weather forecast, talking about that windy weather. Just when will the winds really start to get going and how strong can you expect them to be? He'll detail it all out for you as we leave you with this live look from Ellensburg.
The 2026 Nissan Frontier, with Ward's most awarded V6 engine in the last 30 years. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get up to $4,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Take the road trip you've been dreaming of with an efficient new Honda. Turn heads with unmistakable style and sport-tuned suspension. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
The 2026 Nissan Frontier, with Ward's most awarded V6 engine in the last 30 years. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get up to $4,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
Apple Valley News Now, honored to be Emmy nominated for investigative reporting of the Sarah Clayson case, the off-duty trooper who police say drove drunk and crashed into a motorcycle, killing the driver. Apple Valley News Now, demanding answers and always on your side.
The benefits of small talk.
I love small talk.
We can do small talk.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
You can turn it into a career.
Next Live, Jenny Garth, plus Phoebe Dynevor.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. A lot of winds in the forecast for this week. In fact, we're going with an alert day for today for the Kittitas Valley. Some of those gusts could be up around 55 miles per hour. Now, even outside of the valley, well, first let's focus in on the Kittitas Valley. Wire-to-wire high winds for today. Looks like the strongest time frame going to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. roughly. Now, even the Tri-Cities and Hermiston could see gusts between 35 to 45 miles per hour. Some gusts up around 50 miles per hour in the Blue Foothills. Then for Tuesday, strong gusts across the map. Wednesday, looking at the same thing. Then by Thursday, rolling out another alert day for the Kittitas Valley. Once again, gusts up around 55 miles per hour. Now, outside of the Kittitas Valley, looking at gusts between 20 to 35 miles per hour. But this day in particular is still, 3-4 days out, so these numbers are subject to change. Stay informed, secure loose items, prepare your home, charge devices, specifically in the Kittitas Valley for both of those days that we were just talking about, and do this in preparation of, in case we have some power outages, specifically with that charging devices point. But okay. A separate alert day, this one up in the mountains for the potential of some snowy passes, 11 a.m. on Tuesday to 5 p.m. on Friday. Could have up around 10 inches of snowfall, and it's because of this area of low pressure that is developing in the Gulf of Alaska right now. This is going to swing down our way, bringing up atmospheric energy, bringing up rain chances. So for the Tri-Cities, looking very wet for Tuesday and Wednesday. Some thunderstorms could get into the mix for Wednesday. Let's time this out with Futurecast satellite and radar. This round of rainfall looks like it's going to wrap up by the time we get to lunchtime, and should end up being a pretty dry day for today. And that lull in the action is going to be short-lived, as by tomorrow morning, snowfall chances starting to pick up for the Cascades, eventually picking up for the Blues as well. And lower elevations, specifically for the Basin and for the foothills, we'll see quite a bit of rainfall. At least the rain chances are going to be up there. Now, here are the snowfall totals. We're anticipating 11 a.m. on Tuesday to 5 p.m. on Friday. Around 10 inches of snow for Snoqualmie Pass, White Pass, and for Tollgate as well. Have the tire chains, have the winter safety kit ready to go. You can find that information posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Windy today and tomorrow. Rain likely tomorrow and Wednesday, with thunder possible Wednesday. Then for Yakima, the windiest day will be tomorrow. The wettest day will be Wednesday. In Ellensburg, gusts around 55 miles per hour today and Thursday, thus the alert days like we were talking about. And for Hermiston, gust up to 45 miles per hour Monday, still windy Tuesday and Wednesday, with rain chances going up. And finally, for Walla Walla, windy Monday and Tuesday, then big time chances for rain on Wednesday, maybe some thunderstorms in the mix as well.
Still ahead, from streaming to gaming to music, there's no shortage of new content on the horizon. Coming up in your entertainment news, a closer look at what's coming to screens, consoles, and playlists, and why fans are already paying attention. Keep it here.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Atomic Health pays me to do the in-home, I guess, nursing or the things I do to help out, so we don't need a nurse. Meds, cooking, cleaning, getting them to doctor's appointments, picking up prescriptions, whatever else needs to be done. So at least once a month or whenever I need her, Sarah, or whatever nurse is available, comes to our house. If I have a worry that I'm not sure if he needs to go to the doctor, she comes and advises me and does an assessment and tells me if there's anything I need to do different, or I don't know that I could do this without him.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
At Nob Hill Casino, you just never know when your luck will change. When you sit down at one of our Vegas-style table games, the next hand could swing your way anytime. At Nob Hill Casino, we had 3 huge progressive jackpot wins in 7 days, worth over $114,000. What could pay out next? $100,000, $200,000, $300,000? There are huge progressive jackpots to be won, but you've got to get here to see how big they are today. You could be next, so grab a friend and join the action today at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals come to win.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Mariner Baseball. Select games whole season on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Your time is 6:24 here on your Monday. In entertainment news this morning, new releases are giving fans a lot to look forward to across the board, with major announcements for TV, gaming, and music hitting headlines.
Yeah, from Netflix's latest trailer debut to a new video game experience and a music release with a nod to classic Hollywood. The industry continues to expand across all platforms. So this morning, Rick Damigella gives us a look at what's coming next in your Hollywood Minute.
Our story about the Straw Hat Pirates begins.
There is way more than just one piece in Lego One Piece. Netflix announces the animated special will set sail September 29th. The streamer has also revealed the subtitle of the third season of its live-action One Piece series as The Battle of Alabasta, coming in 2027. Here's a sneak peek at the upcoming game Solarpunk. The cozy survival crafting experience puts players in a world above the clouds where renewable energy is key. The game arrives in June on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch 2, with a demo out now via the Steam game service. That's the Ghoul Stars and their new single, Grave Robbers from Outer Space. The song and video pay homage to B-movie legend Ed Wood. The band's debut album, The Dark Overlords of the Universe, unleashes May 15th. Rocking out in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Wow, got a little dark on this Monday morning.
Yeah, forget the coffee. Listen to that in the morning, it'll wake you right up.
I was a little intense. I'll maybe stick with the coffee. All right, still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. What's been years in the making is now just weeks away from opening up in Pasco. How the new Aquatic Center is taking shape from the inside out, and what you can expect when it officially opens up this summer. Details coming up in your next half hour. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Everyone deserves a better night's sleep.
And for over 40 years, the locally owned Walker's Furniture Stores have carried the largest selection of top-rated mattress sets all under one roof, in stock at the best prices in the region. We understand the quality of your sleep matters, which is why Walker's Furniture has a 365-night comfort guarantee. Plus, get up to $300 of free furniture with select sets sold.
Sleep better and pay less this week at Walker's.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through April 30th, receive rebates up to $1,200 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
Just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We're here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community rich in tradition and pride, and Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
For her work with Warrior Sisterhood, STCU and Apple Valley News Now award Christy $1,000 for her charity.
And I found that it fills my cup.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
The NBA playoffs begin Saturday, April 18th on ESPN and ABC.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning to you and happy Monday. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 6:30 as you get your day started. And as you do, it looks to be a beautiful day out there so far, Josh, but I know that we have some changes on the way.
Yeah, understatement. Yeah, we got high winds today through Thursday. Some snowfall for mountain passes up around 10 inches, enough to be dangerous for Tuesday through Friday. And then also maybe another early spring frost and freeze possible for Tuesday night through Friday night. So lots of big things happening in the world of weather this week. Okay, First Alert Radar is showing you the rainfall is still pretty steady for the Blue Foothills. We do have some snow at and above pass level. I would say this would be around 5,500 feet and above, so at least at the pass level for Oregon 204. At Tollgate, temperatures this morning trending on the milder side, 48 for Walla Walla, 54 for the Tri-Cities, 44 in Yakima, and those wind gusts still doing their thing, 44 mile per hour gusts for Pendleton, 33 for Ellensburg, 23 for the Tri-Cities, and then in the Yakima Valley, kind of a dead zone for now, but by 4 p.m. some of those gusts up around 35 miles per hour. So for today, we'll have highs getting up into the 50s and 60s. The winds will be the main facet of today's forecast. Low and chances of showers for the basin and also for the foothills. I have a lot more to say about the winds, the mountain snow, and also that frost potential for lower elevations. All that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We begin this half hour of news in Pasco, where the long-awaited aquatic center is getting closer to opening up, with construction now entering its final stages. Officials with the Pasco Public Facilities District say the project, which was approved by voters 4 years ago, is on track to open in mid-June. Crews are currently installing major features like water slides, and they're finishing interior spaces, adding final touches throughout the building. The year-round indoor facility will offer something new for families across the Tri-Cities. But beyond the construction progress, officials say the project has been really shaped by strong community involvement every step of the way.
But also, every time we've asked them for input, we've gotten more people in online surveys or showing up to meetings. So I'm really proud and excited to see what the community thinks of it when we unveil it.
The Pasco Aquatic Center is expected to open June 13th, giving families a new place to gather and enjoy year-round recreation. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, your video doorbell may be keeping an eye on your home, but where is that footage actually going? In this morning's Consumer Report, what you need to know about your privacy and why some say you may want to rethink your setup. And Josh coming back with a look at your First Alert weather forecast. So much going on in weather today. He's going to break down what you can expect today and in the coming days this week as we leave you with this live look from Ellensburg.
On draft night, plans become reality. The NFL Draft, April 23rd through 25th.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Celebrate mom or treat yourself this Mother's Day with special spring savings at Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center and Benton City Clinic. Refresh your look with limited time Botox and filler specials. To schedule an appointment, call the Dermatology Center at 509-588-4555. Or to learn more, visit prosserhealth.org. Happy Mother's Day from Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, or check out the Consumer Report's recommended Doctor's Choice plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Apple Valley News Now. Honored to be Emmy nominated for investigative reporting of the Sarah Clayson case, the off-duty trooper who police say drove drunk and crashed into a motorcycle, killing the driver. Our exhaustive examination raised questions about that night and whether she may have received special treatment. This is accountability journalism, and we are honored to be the only broadcast station in our area to receive an Emmy nomination. Apple Valley News Now, asking tough questions, demanding answers, and always on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades, where highs are going to get into the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We will have some snowfall for today, mostly wrapping up by, I'd say, 11 a.m., and the snowfall totals are not going to be worth mentioning. Then for the Kittitas Valley, gusts around 55 miles per hour for today. That's going to be the main facet of today's forecast. And the Yakima Valley, mid-60s up and down the Yakima Valley. And then for the lower Columbia Basin, mostly low to mid-60s. It'll be quite windy here. Then for the Blue Foothills, we'll have some showers today, mostly wrapping up again by 11 a.m. Those highs are going to be in the mid-50s, mid to upper 50s, even some lower 60s. And then for the Blue Mountains, also snowfall, we're thinking wrapping up around 11 a.m., maybe getting a couple inches for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. Okay, we have multiple fronts passing us for this week. That means temperature is going to be dropping way down. Here's what it's going to look like in the Yakima Valley. Some upper 20s by Wednesday night and Thursday night. So we'll show you the days in which we're expecting that frost and freeze potential, or the night. So Tuesday night will be the first night, around 32 degrees in the Kittitas Valley. Remember, that magic number is 32 degrees or below that. By Wednesday night, you see Pendleton, Sunnyside, Yakima, and Ellensburg. For Thursday night, looks like the same areas. Then by Friday night, this is mostly going to be confined to the Kittitas and the upper Yakima Valley. So take those steps to protect the 4 Ps, the people, the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. You can find this list posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, like I said, wind's going to be a big deal for today all the way through Thursday. We'll talk about that at length coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In this morning's Consumer Report, video doorbells have become a common way to keep an eye on your home. But behind that convenience, there are some questions about where your footage is stored and who can access it. From monthly fees to privacy concerns, the way your camera saves video could make a big difference. Here's what Consumer Report says you should know.
They've been around for years, yet many of us might not realize how they work behind the scenes. Most video doorbells capture footage from wherever they're mounted and send it to the manufacturer's cloud-based servers. And in most cases, you need a monthly subscription to save and access those recordings.
Usually with most cameras, when you are recording and it goes to the cloud, but you don't have a subscription, the recording is not saved. It might temporarily get stored on the server, but it is eventually deleted.
In rare situations, companies can still recover footage scheduled for deletion, which may have happened in the Nancy Guthrie case, but that process can take a lot of time and effort and isn't something you should rely on. Many consumers prefer cloud storage, partly because it's convenient and offers extra features. Others prefer cameras that store footage locally to keep their videos as private and secure as possible. Most cameras with local storage use a micro SD card inside the camera itself. CR also suggests another less common option for local storage.
The safest thing to do is get a model that has a separate hub or base station that the micro SD card goes into, and you can place that somewhere, else in your house that's far away from the camera.
Local storage usually means no monthly fees and more control over your video, because police would need to come directly to you for footage rather than go to the manufacturer. Those are two reasons Dan's moving away from cloud storage cameras at his own home.
If I were to do this all over again, I absolutely would go with cameras that use local storage.
These doorbells and cameras with both local and cloud storage options did well in Consumer Reports ratings. Because when it comes to your family's safety,
now can I ring the doorbell?
Where your storage lives could make all the difference. This is Marcy Whalen.
If you do choose a camera with local storage, Consumer Reports says you'll need a high-speed micro SD card designed for security cameras, not the kind typically used in phones or regular cameras. Your time is 6:41. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door on this Monday morning. And what do you need to know about the weather? Well, Josh has a lot to break down, including some windy weather. Keep it locked right here.
Gather the family and come on down to the 63rd Annual Parade of Gems, April 24th through the 26th in the Modern Living Building at the Fairgrounds. Our theme this year is Crafted in Stone, featuring sunstone carvings. See demonstrations on gold panning, wire wrapping, lapidary, and more. Dozens of vendors will be offering rock and mineral specimens from around the Northwest. There will be games, door prizes, plus amazing jewelry. Doors open at 10 a.m. for the 63rd Annual Parade of Gems, April 24th through the 26th at the Fairgrounds in Yakima.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation Educational Dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice. Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Tegan Goodell is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Washington workers, you can get a refund of up to $1,330 back on taxes paid last year. See if you qualify and learn how to apply at www.workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow. And Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. stay ahead of eczema, and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll have high winds in the forecast from today through Thursday. In fact, winds so high that we're going with an alert day for today for the Kittitas Valley. Some of those gusts up around 55 miles per hour. Here's a look at the I'd say hourly forecast or semi-hourly forecast of today's wind gusts. Really wire-to-wire high winds in the Kittitas Valley for today, but that peak time frame going to be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Outside of the Kittitas Valley, quite windy for the basin, quite windy for the Blue Foothills. You see some gusty conditions for the valleys and for the mountains as well. Tuesday, kind of the same thing across the map. Wednesday, looking at the same thing. Then by Thursday, rolling out another alert day as we're reaching that threshold again of 55 mile per hour gust in the Kittitas Valley. And then here's a look of summation of the wind gusts that we'll have for Thursday. Outside of the Kittitas Valley, gusts between 20 to 35 miles per hour. You can find how to prep for damaging wind gusts by going online to applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, another alert day for a separate cause, this time because of the snowfall that we could see up in the mountains, 11 a.m. on Tuesday to 5 p.m. on Friday. And it's because of this area of low pressure that's in the Gulf of Alaska, churning up all this energy that's eventually going to meet us here in the Pacific Northwest. So first of all, Yakima Valley going to be pretty dry from this ordeal, maybe some thunderstorm chances by Wednesday, but let's time this out with Futurecast. We put this into motion. This round of active weather dying off around lunchtime for today. We'll get a lull in the action, but then by tomorrow morning, especially after 11 a.m., that's when snow chances going way up for the Cascades. They'll go up for the Blues as well, and some decent rainfall chances, especially for the basin and for the foothills. And this is going to continue as we head into Wednesday and then into Thursday, at least for the mountains. So here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting for the mountains. Around 10 inches for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. The same thing for Oregon 204 at Tollgate, 11 a.m. on Tuesday to 5 p.m. on Friday. Have these items compiled in your winter safety kit if you plan on traveling over said passes. You can also find this list posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Windy today and tomorrow, rain likely tomorrow and Wednesday, with thunder possible Wednesday. In Yakima, the windiest day will be tomorrow. The wettest day will be Wednesday. And then for Ellensburg, gust around 55 miles per hour today and Thursday. Thus the alert days. And then for Hermiston, gust up to 45 miles per hour Monday. Still windy Tuesday and Wednesday. And finally for Walla Walla, windy Monday and Tuesday. Then big time chances for rain on Wednesday. Maybe some thunderstorms in the mix as well. We'll be back after this with your morning sprint.
They're not fancy. No leather seats, no powerful sound systems, but they have wheels, seatbelts, and AC. These are Apple Valley News Now cruisers, and they go where news happens. Because Apple Valley News Now is everywhere you need us to be.
Reporting from Ellensburg, Grandview, Tri-Cities, and Richland.
From the Blues to the Cascades, one television station leads the way with local news you trust. Oh, and when you see one of our cruisers, please go ahead and wave. We're Apple Valley News Now.
And we're always on your side.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey. Wendy Redman is a leader in broadcasting news. She breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Sometimes it's good.
I'm awarding you $800.
Sometimes it's crazy.
A little bit crazy.
But it's always real.
That's terrific.
From opening arguments.
The payment was made on their card.
To closing statements.
We are done here.
Judy Justice, weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
And good evening, everybody.
To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team.
So it's a rain snow mix for now.
Chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth started his career in the Pacific Northwest 5 years ago, moving to Apple Valley News Now in 2024. His forecasts detail the microclimates in our area, which can vary greatly. He loves the challenge of weather science and bringing accurate forecasts home to you. First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Only one station, Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 6:49 now here with your morning sprint. We're talking national headlines. The U.S. Navy will begin blockading ships in the Strait of Hormuz. In a social media post Sunday morning, President Trump said the U.S. will start interdicting every vessel that has paid a toll to Iran. His declaration comes a day after the U.S.-Iranian peace talks in Islamabad collapsed without a deal. The president said a number of negotiation points were discussed and agreed upon, but Iran refused to budge on its nuclear program, which President Trump said was the most important one. In his post, he also said the U.S. Navy will start clearing mines from the strait. The president has also warned that, quote, any Iranian who fires at us or peaceful vessels will be blown to hell, end quote. It is unclear whether another round of talks will happen before the current ceasefire is slated to end next week. In your business headlines now, the United States Postal Service is celebrating the nation's 250th year with the launch of new Forever stamps. Take a look here. They honor 25 of the men and women who helped shape the American Revolution and U.S. independence, including Abigail Adams, Alexander Hamilton, and the Marquis de Lafayette. The modern depictions were created by a dozen artists for this project. The sheet of 25 stamps cost $19.50. Topping health news now, the government's new food pyramid could cost you at the grocery store. The U.S. Department of Agriculture updated its dietary guidelines at the beginning of the year. Researchers with Numerator found following the guidelines would add more than $1,000 to your grocery bill every year. That's a 32% jump. The USDA basically flipped previous recommendations and now suggests proteins, dairy foods, healthy fats, and fruits and vegetables be the largest portion of your diet. This morning, Ichiro Suzuki was honored in Seattle with a new statue unveiling, celebrating his career with the Mariners. Take a look. The ceremony brought fans together to recognize one of the franchise's most iconic players. During that unveiling, the bat on the statue broke, drawing a light moment from Ichiro and those in attendance. The statue has since been repaired. Ichiro says he hopes the statue helps future generations learn about his career and the impact he made in Seattle. All right, here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A Pasco man accused of using artificial intelligence to create sexually explicit images of children was back in court late last week. He pleaded not guilty to multiple felony charges, including dealing in and possessing depictions of minors. Investigators say the images and videos were generated using photos found on social media. Court records also show he previously worked in local school districts before his arrest earlier this month. He remains in custody as the case moves forward, with another court appearance scheduled for later this month. Authorities say a 7-year-old child has died after being pulled from a canal near Prosser. Deputies responded Friday afternoon after the child was reported missing, launching a search that included drones and canine units. About an hour later, officials say an irrigation worker reported seeing a person in the canal roughly 2 miles away. Crews responded, pulled the child from the water, and began CPR before the child was taken to the hospital, where we are told they later died. Officials say the circumstances surrounding what exactly happened remain under investigation. The community is reacting after Ben Franklin Transit CEO was terminated following a special board meeting held last week. Riders and union leaders say they are now focused on restoring stability and rebuilding trust within the organization. Board members voted unanimously to end his contract without severance after reviewing findings from an internal investigation. While the full details have not been publicly released, employees have raised concerns about workplace issues and financial decisions. An interim CEO will remain in place as the agency moves forward. Residents and business owners in Yakima County impacted by December flooding can now apply for disaster assistance through the Small Business Administration. The program offers low-interest loans to help cover repair costs for homes, businesses, and property damage. Renters and nonprofits may also qualify. Officials say interest rates are below 4% depending on the loan type. Applications for physical damage must be submitted by late April, while economic injury applications will remain open through November. The Pasco Aquatic Center is getting closer to opening up after years of planning and construction. The facility will include both indoor and outdoor spaces with year-round access and lifeguard staffing. Funded by a voter-approved sales tax, the project is designed to serve the growing Tri-Cities community with shared recreational space. Crews are now installing major features, including water slides, and finishing interior areas like locker and changing rooms. Officials say the center is expected to open up to the public in mid-June. All right, trending this morning, a miniature horse is providing therapeutic benefits to students in Reno. Take a look. Annie is the newest addition to this school, which serves students with some of the most severe medical and developmental challenges.
Annie joins Princess as part of the school's therapeutic riding program, made possible thanks to a donation from the Reno Rodeo. The horse's smaller size and gentle temperament helps support students and can have a calming effect.
I'll say, well, Annie has been working with students since December. How tiny is Annie? Adorable. That looks like a very small miniature horse.
Yeah, I think that would brighten anyone's day.
Absolutely. I would love to see a miniature horse. And
yeah.
It's, you know, nice that she's able to make such a big impact on everybody out there.
We'll have to talk to management here and see if we can let one of those roam through the studio.
Yeah, I'll send the email now. All right, so while I'm doing that, you can take over with the weather.
Definitely, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about, well, we're going to start off with First Alert Radar. You can see we do have some rainfall for the Blue Foothills, and we do have some snow for the Blue Mountains, mostly above 5,000 feet. So this round, I'm going to wrap up around lunchtime. The biggest aspect of today's forecast is going to be the wind gusts, which we'll talk about in a second. But temperatures on the milder side, 54 for the Tri-Cities, 54 for Yakima, 48 for Walla Walla. Now onto the wind gusts. See those gusts, 44 miles per hour for Pendleton, 23 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities, 33 miles per hour in Ellensburg. Here is your hourly look at today's wind gusts for the Tri-Cities. Very persistent gusts right around 35 miles per hour, especially as we head into the afternoon and into the evening. So for today, highs getting into the 50s and 60s. For lower elevations, we will have some chances for showers for the basin and for the Blue Foothills. We'll see some sunshine today, but again, the biggest deal in today's weather going to be the winds. We'll have some strong wind gusts all throughout this week, really, and then also some snowfall for mountain passes.
So much going on. But hey, Saturday was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was really nice. All right. Well, that'll do it for us this morning. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.